Welcome to We Digress with Joi and Jess. Join hosts and longtime friends Joy Simpson and Jess Perry as they tackle the stuff of life the only way they know how, with honesty, faith, and humor. This is We Digress with Joi and Jess. Hey everybody, welcome to We Digress with Joi and Jess. My name is Jess.
And I'm Joy.
We are so excited. This is going to be so good.
It's going to be a good one. So as you guys know, last season we had this guest on and she was talking about her brand that she was working on, as well as her wedding and all of that. And now the wedding has been done. She's a married woman now, and her business is about to blow up. Her brand is coming out November 12th. So we are excited to hear all about it. Welcome back, my sister cousin, Sherron Welch.
Hey.
I have to remember not to say bro.
Do not forget the bro Welch.
Bro Welch. Yes, I do not want any bros coming for me.
No.
Auntie Sherry, Uncle Ronald, Johnny, Lawrence, don't come for me.
Hey.
Bro Welch.
Hey.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm glad you're here. We're excited to hear all about your brand and your business, and we're gonna have all the websites and following and where to follow and all of that coming up. And this time when you're on, it's a little different. We were on last time, it was just audio, so now we're audio and visual, so people can watch us on YouTube, so that's exciting. So they can, I don't know if you're going to show us any of your pieces while you're on, but if you would like to, you definitely can.
I'll show some pictures so y'all can just put it on the screen.
There you go.
Works out. That works out. All right, Jessica, I'm gonna let you start off since you know less than I do. So I'll let you.
Oh, okay. Well, first off, can I just say that the wedding photos for the wedding of the century were stunning. I mean, you're always gorgeous, but you were like the most fabulous bride. Your hair was like the hair thing that you had going on was like.
It was like gorgeous. A faux hockey.
Yeah. And it was like
find something natural to do.
It was gorgeous. And the dress, like you had this like vintage, super modern at the same time. I loved it. It was wonderful. So the whole thing was just
it was
amazing.
It was a beautiful wedding. It was wonderful to be there. Everybody was so hyped and so happy for them. You go to a wedding and you can like see people kind of like jealous or whatever, but everybody was genuinely happy and excited and having a good time. And not only was her dress gorgeous, but the bridesmaids, the fuchsia, beautiful. Gorgeous. The groomsmen look wonderful. And for those of you who didn't hear our last show, she is also a stylist. So of course she picked the color palette for her wedding, and we all listened to what she said and picked what colors that she told us to wear, and we trusted her and it all worked out beautifully.
So I just felt like it was important to acknowledge the fact that you were like the absolute most stunning bride.
You.
But so that kind of, when last time we talked, you were in the like final push towards the wedding. You were making stuff happen. And then you were like, we're going to have this brand that comes out, but you had so much going on with the wedding that it was kind of like, that's happening, but it's happening further.
Focus then.
Right. You had a lot of things to juggle up in the air. But so I was, I'm following you on social media and I'm following the new brand on social media. So tell us a little bit about the name of the brand and where that came from and kind of what your vision for this amazing brand is.
Well, it's Excentrique Athletics. It looks like eccentric. Well, it is eccentric. It's just eccentric in French.
Oh.
But yeah,
okay,
like
fancy.
I always get, I
said, oh yes, fancy. I like it.
All right. I always used to get like, I've had people say I dress eccentric and whatever, and it just really means just like different. I'm different than you, and it's okay. Like,
right.
So Excentrique Athletics, don't say eccentric, it's Excentrique.
Okay.
Athletic. And it's a athletic line for plus size women.
I love the bold colors of all the outfits that I've been saying, because usually you see a lot of really giant floral patterns and black. And
a lot of black.
The diversity of color is charcoal gray. So it's just gorgeous. Some of these bright colors and mesh and just, it's so cool.
And I love even the style. The style, you don't have all completely super covered. You have pieces that I've seen so far that can make you feel good, not only about working out, but if you want to, run errands in your athletic wear, you got your cute little crop top with the matching jacket and the pants. I absolutely love it. I'm just now getting into showing the belly situation.
Listen, show it all.
I enjoy it.
We know it's there.
I think it was the video that Jordan, the one you did, the outfit you had on Jordan. And I was like, okay, yes, I love that.
And we actually did hers she was walking into a hotel, not even at the gym. So it's athletic, it's athleisure, I'm about to go could be your errand workout. I mean, nowadays we love a good sweatsuit or we love tights. I hate jeans. So at the end of the day, like give me something.
I used
cute
to live in jeans.
Mesh.
Right now it's like, well, I think part of my thing was during the pandemic, I didn't really go a lot of places. So jeans was not like,
I didn't go nowhere.
Right. So I had a lot of athletic wear and pants, yoga pants and leggings and things like that. And so I wore a pair of jeans to work last week and I was like, this is awkward. Like, I was glad they stayed. No sense. Very ghetto. I was just like, Exactly. It was funny. A parent picked up one of her kid today and she had a cute little athleisure. It was, you could tell the material was super soft and the leggings, but it was super cute on her. She was like, I still work from home, so all loungewear is good for me. And she's a chunky girl, so she's someone I would point in your direction to get her something to wear because she likes bright, vibrant colors. She's also very bold, and all that. So I was like, hey, I told her to follow your page. I don't know if she did it today. I did tell her about it. And she was like, oh yeah, I showed her, on Instagram, like the videos and things like that. She was like, oh, that's dope. So, people want to feel good, right? People want to feel good about their bodies and anything that they wear. And I love that you are doing that. What sizes are you starting and ending?
I'm a large to a 4X.
Awesome. Wonderful.
Awesome.
Wonderful. I love that.
And
I love it.
I did like a survey to see what people's sizes were. And I didn't get any like 5X or anything like that. Mm-hmm. However, I'm very open to going up to a 5X, 6X, whatever is needed to serve the people. I think it's not fair that most of the cutest things that we see only go up to a 3X.
Mm-hmm. Right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. So I'm definitely open to going higher. And then plus let's back up because it's an athletic line. There are going to be some Biggest Loser, my 600 pounds. Listen, and if that is you, we have to meet you somewhere. So if that's the case, then I'm totally open to going to a 6X or whatever is needed. So child, DM me if you need something custom fit.
Yes, love it. And she will respond to you on your DM. She's not just saying that to gas you up. She is very serious.
No, listen, open. Let me know.
To anybody, she will, talk to you and let you know. And I think it is a wonderful thing to have it just for plus size women because you have like, what's that one brand, Jessica? We talked about them before. It's athletic wear. I can't, not Fab.
Lululemon.
No, it's
Fabletics.
Fabletics.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Pricing wise for Fabletics, it's just like they get you with a hook, and then it's not even size wise. And so I brought that up to say, how did you measure the accuracy of the different sizes that you have? So will a large fit someone who is really a large? Will a 3X, not fit like a 2X, but fit like a 3X? Because I know personally as a plus size woman, I've run into that, especially ordering things online. Certain things I've had to learn. I order a lot from Amari Boutique, and there's some things I've learned that I'll order a 3X, and some things I've learned I'll order a 2X. And she only goes up to 3. And so those things I've learned. So how about, how did you come about making sure that they're true to size, or are they true to size? Do you know yet? Or is that going to be part of the run of when you
the final, right? So I had my biggest size fit 2 people who were 4X, but different shapes.
Okay.
Right? Mm-hmm. So I had someone who was a little curvier. Mm-hmm. Then I had somebody try it on that was apple shape.
Okay.
And it both fit them great. And they usually order 4X from like Shein, or what I mean? Like, or like 22, 24.
Okay.
In 2 weeks, I am going to pick apart a sample to get the measurements. But because of the spandex that I use, it's fitting. Like,
wonderful.
It's fitting. Okay. It's all of my pants are high waist and like high, because I based them off of my body. So my biggest thing is, because I have a butt, the pants might not go all the way up, or it's uncomfortable when I'm squatting, or uncomfortable when I'm working out, or doing a jumping jacks. I cannot stand, like, do not roll down. That is the most annoying thing ever when you are working out and your pants are just rolling down, child, doing whatever they want to do,
Yeah.
So like, so I think that a 24, and if I can get somebody that is a 26 to try them on, that's what I'll do, because that's how I'll be able to tell, what it goes up to, outside of just the inches that it measures out to, because it really just depends on the stretch.
Right.
So yeah.
So tell us a little bit more about some of the pieces that you're offering in this first, rollout. What are some of the pieces that you've got going on?
So I'm only launching 4 things right now.
Okay.
So if you go to my website, I'm sorry, not my website, my Instagram, there's the red jacket, the red pants, and then there's the green and orange set.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So we're releasing those first. Just to kind of get out there, just to kind of get a feel of what the people want. Like. Yeah. Before I release like 1 million pieces, let's check it out first, right? Let's see if there's more 4X that sell, if there's more large that sell. Like, I need to see that first, okay? Because we're not rich yet.
Right. No, because what people don't understand, it costs you to launch. It doesn't, it costs you for the designing, it costs you for labor, it costs you for all of that. And you've had these pieces made. And so it's not like, you just went downtown somewhere, or you have a wholesaler and and even with that, it would still cost, but these are your designs. These are your pieces. So I completely understand that people don't realize when you're launching something, it's 1, by faith, but 2, it costs you things, and that don't even mean, that's not even the emotional and spiritual part of it, because you're like stressing out like, God, okay, what's gonna happen? I mean, every time I've launched a new shirt, I launched the journal, all those things, I'm always, and Jessica will tell you, I'm always like, okay, I don't know if anybody's gonna buy any of this stuff, but this was my vision.
Like,
this was my heart.
Right.
It really is. It really is.
I'm pretty sure of a lot of things, but I think my biggest thing is that this isn't just like me getting dressed, and if you like it, I don't care if you like it, because I love it, right? This is actually like, it's your baby, but your baby's here for the people. Like, you know what I mean? So it's still based off of the likes of some people. It's not going to be everybody, but especially based off the name of the brand. It's not for them. It's not for the person. It's not for the big girl that might not be comfortable yet. You know what I'm saying? To put on mesh and net, and it might not be for her. It might be for the girl. It might not be for the girl who still wants to wear the baggy sweatpants when they go work out. And if that's you, that's fine. If that's what you're comfortable, it's cool. This brand is not for you. Like, it's for the vibrant big girl, the girl who turned heads when she walked through the door, even still at size 22 and 24. It's for that girl who still is very, very sure of herself.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, like, I still need those people to get with what's going on here.
Right. I honestly feel like you have so much support just in general. You have so many people who just genuinely love you that I don't see this not growing. I don't see it not selling. I don't, and even those who you may get someone who doesn't fit the brand physically, but they want to sew into your brand. I can see things like that happening. So though you may be concerned because it's your baby, I'm not worried as your sister cousin, because I know.
Well, God bless your soul.
First of all, I already know I'm going to order mine. So that's number one. I already know I'm going to order it. I cannot wait till November 12th. That will be one of my things that I'm going, like, right then. It may be a Tabitha Brown situation where it sells out in 39 minutes just because it's you.
Listen, if it does, come on. With the people, and the good thing about it is, and I've talked about just the game plan, right, for the next year or whatever. Like, I've tried to launch things before, like I've had a fashion show, whatever, but it's very different where the money that you put into your brand is the money that you need to live off of, right?
Yeah.
Compared to the money that you put in your brand it's cool. It's not your bread and, you know what I'm saying? It's not your bread and butter. Yeah. Like, so you can just keep putting it back in and keep putting it back in. You don't have to take out to pay a phone bill or your rent. Like, you know what I mean? So, the hopes are that the plans are that it does reach the people. I've literally personally reached out to so many plus size women, and from in the restaurants, in the malls. Like, I've been reaching out, child. Like, I seen this one girl. I went to my friend's birthday party in the Bronx, and she was a cute big girl, and I was like, excuse me, like, would you model? And she was like, no, girl, I'm too big to model. I was like, girl, here go my Instagram. Just, like, you know what I mean? Like, I've literally have reached out to so many girls. So we're gonna pray that the people get with me, okay?
You already know. You're back in LA and I'm available. Whatever you need, you got me.
Man,
you already know.
I can't wait to move back home. You do not understand.
I know. So for those of you who don't know, she actually is in New Jersey right now. So we're recording at 8 something our time in California, but she is in New Jersey up late, but she's been traveling back and forth to LA, making this happen. And being a newlywed and all of that and trying to launch and flying back and forth, I know that's not easy. So
it's taxing.
I'm sure. I was going to ask you, like, how draining has this been on you? And, how is Malcolm with everything? I know he's supportive. That's not even an issue. Like, I know he's supportive.
He's super supportive, actually. I think we're just trying to make it happen. I mean, although it's my baby, but it could be the difference.
It's the business for both of you.
It could be the difference between living in Watts or living in Orange County. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
right.
You know what I mean? And no shade to Watts Towers. God bless you. But
yes,
it could be a super different. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it could be a super a huge difference. So he's definitely on board with that. And he's very supportive. Just time wise, is when he walks through the door, I'm like on my phone, like, okay, gotta do this, or I'm on my laptop. And when we wake up in the morning, I'm the same way. So he's been supportive through it all. So
that's good. Yeah. I love hearing that because, working with Jessica, I know I'm taxing on her, and she has a husband, but John has been, and we've said this on the show so many times, with everything that we have going on and things that we're planning for the future as well, including them trying to move. She's editing the book. All these things are happening, but he's been extremely supportive. Like you said, it can be the difference between living in a 1-bedroom to living in a 5-bedroom estate, because
one of my rooms is a closet,
blood and sweat that you're putting. Right, I know he turned one of their bedrooms into her closet.
At the end of the day,
the most fabulous walk-in closet.
Okay, at the end of the day, I cannot be anywhere. Like, our hallway is a warehouse, child. It's a disaster in here. It's a whole disaster.
Well, she's moving, so you already know how that goes,
right? Right. I have a background on for the video today because I literally have I'm sitting on a random chair that's still left in our house, and my monitor is stacked up on 2 plastic bins, and I don't have a desk, so I have a box with my mouse on it and stuff. It's a whole thing. But you gotta do what you gotta do, right?
Making it happen, honey. Okay,
you gotta make it happen. And that, so how has that process been, from the genesis of this little nugget in your brain, I want to create a brand, to I launch on November 12th? What's the process from getting from A to B?
Whew, okay, so one, the good thing is I went to school for this,
right?
So not everything I was just oblivious to. I knew, I was okay, you got to draw it out, then you got to find somebody who makes patterns, right? Then you have to find someone who makes samples, right? And I didn't use, and my mom's a seamstress. I didn't use my mom this time. However, she did a lot of footwork because she's in LA, of course. But you have to get somebody to make a sample. Then once you like the sample, and I went through a lot of samples. Once you like the sample, you have to take the pattern to get scaled. So I did most of my patterns based off of my size. So then I take it and say, so I wear the 2X, 3X. So, that's how the sizes are. So it's double size. It's 2X, 3X, and then it's 3X, 4X, like that. Okay. So, so you take it to get scaled, and you say, hey, this pattern is a 2X, 3X. I need you to make the same pattern in a large, extra large, 1X, 2X, 2X, 3X, 3X, 4X, right? You have to pay for that. Then you have to take the pattern to a manufacturer, the same person who made your sample most times, and he puts it in production. But although it seems like it's 4 steps, each step I had to go back home.
Right.
And each sample I had to go back home.
So you really did do a lot of traveling back and forth. I mean, pretty much from the wedding, right after the wedding, the honeymoon situation and all of that. Once that happened, I mean, she was back and forth here. I was blessed to get some early photos of some of the earlier samples, and it was really cool. But I know that traveling back and forth, I mean, she's been here so many times.
It's not a vacation, so it's not fun anymore.
Right.
It's work.
It's work at this point, and a tax write-off.
God bless the tax write-off, man.
God bless the tax write-off. But yeah, so I did a lot of traveling back and forth, but you kind of, at times I actually did not want to, and my mom was like, oh no, when are you coming out here? And I'll be like, oh, December. Don't you think you should come out here in November so you can check on like, it's very hard to be in a family where this is what they do. So you're not doing enough. You got to go back and check. Like, dang, girl, can you put me on FaceTime and just go check with me? Like,
you know your mother better than that.
So, I mean, I know being back in New York, there are manufacturers in New York. Was it just because you knew people on the West Coast that it made it more sense to do that? Was there a reason you went on the West Coast versus New York?
So I went, my sister-in-law, she makes clothes to Sierra. We always go back and forth with like prices. Oh, I found this girl, whatever. And she's here on the East Coast too.
Mm-hmm.
She got some sublimation done, which is just basically your own fabric, whatever, your own designs on fabric. 3 times as much more here than it is back home.
Oh wow.
So yeah, no. I'm gonna go where I'm familiar with, the areas I'm familiar with. Like literally as I'm walking downtown, the guy like, oh hey, to my mom, because we're there all the time, like from a kid. So yeah, I'm familiar with that. And then the person who helped me with my pattern literally walked me step by step through my whole process. An older lady, my whole, like everything. Every time I even got something done or I tried something on, I texted to her. Like she's been like A1 through the whole thing. Seriously,
that's awesome.
And it's a blessing because then everybody that she referred me to has like my manufacturer, he don't even call. He texted me like, do you like this thread or do you like he texts me, we laugh, we kiki, like do little handshakes and stuff when we see each other. Like, so no, I love it that it is back home because I am moving home. It just kind of makes sense for me to have it back there, So next year it won't be so taxing of traveling back and forth. But next time I want to be here Fashion Week. Yeah. Like you know what I mean? So yeah. But I definitely rather do it back home. And it was easy too to have, it's easier because I do have my mom there to kind of do all the traffic for me.
And she knows so much about fabric and all that stuff because she is a seamstress. Like her mom's made things for me. She's amazing. And it's funny because if you grew up in LA, you didn't shop downtown, that was odd. Like we all we all kind of low-key grew up down there. Like I can still as an adult go downtown and they'll be like, hey, Mary's granddaughter, like for real, like walk into a store. It's been a while since we've seen you guys. Like my whole life, every weekend was downtown.
And the employees don't change.
No, like, they don't. They just get older. And then like their kids and stuff work there now too. Like
no, seriously.
It's serious. No. Like there's a few shops that have closed, but most of those people growing up in LA, if you went downtown, especially if you had parents that went to church and stuff like that, because you could get a lot of the best things, and good quality for less. And so we grew up doing that kind of thing. So that's funny that, you walk downtown, everybody's like, hey, I know you, how you doing? Like,
no, seriously. I don't know. Like, and this is one guy, I think he changed stores like maybe 3 times and he remembers us every single time. He helped me get the fabric for me for my fashion show.
Wow.
So when I went down, and that was 12 years ago.
Yeah.
So when I went down this last time, I was showing him like, okay, I'm working on this now. And he like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Like that's my uncle. I don't even know his name, but I know when I see him that he's my uncle and we're related. somehow.
Yeah, it goes down. If you haven't experienced downtown LA, you definitely have to at least once.
It
My uncle still comes
stinks,
from
but
Orange
I love
County.
downtown.
It's terrible. I mean, my uncle still comes from Orange County every once in a while when he wants a really good soup, and he'll go downtown. And there's a store we've been shopping at since they were young. And one of the guys has worked there. I remember being little, going with them to the suit shop, and this tall black guy, he's the only black man in the shop because everybody else is Hispanic. He's the only black man, but he's been working there, and he remembered my twin uncles. He remembers my grandmother, my mom, everybody. So he still, whenever there's a wedding or something he needs a really good suit for, they go to that same place. And then they also do the tailoring for you while you're there. So
downtown's family.
It's wonderful. Oh, for real, for sure. Things that happen when you grow up in LA. For sure. I wanted to tell you guys this, and kind of piggybacks on what Jessica was talking about, like floral prints, and they're always been big girls and animals and flowers, and there's nothing wrong with animal print. I mean, but I don't want everything to be animal print. So I was on TikTok, and this lady, she basically is always blasting Torrid. And so Torrid, I guess, had just put out their new fall line or whatever, and they did one of those reels where you're like snatching off your shirt, but you just a different shirt under or whatever. And she was like, us big girls are tired of this. Like, we're tired of the same old. Like, why is that cute? That's not. And it was like a basic like black blazer with like a white shirt and some jeans. And the lady was like, this is going to be the best thing of the season. And then she's like, to bring it some edge. And she puts like a leather jacket on top of it. And she's like, groundbreaking. Why does this mean edge? Like, and the lady who does it, she's funny. She blasts Lane Bryant too. She get on all of them. She gets on all of them, and she had a valid point. Like, we have been, the stepchild of clothes, absolutely. And even when things come out and they make it feel like it's so special or whatever, it's still, in comparison to other brands and other sizes and other things, which is why I think more plus size people, I feel, are gravitating to the Sheins and the Amari boutique that I follow, and a couple other boutiques that I follow, because they have things that make you look good, make you feel good, and it makes you feel like you're not living in 1985 as a plus size woman.
And it's, we'll take the quality degradation just to get something that looks sort of good. Yeah.
Right.
It's so basic. Like, and I think that the different stores have their different trends. Like, I think Torrid is like very dark and very punk rockish, and you know what I mean. Like, and Ashley Stewart is I don't even want to say younger crowd, because you're not. I don't even shop there anymore. Sometimes, like, I know I will get some jeans from them every now and then. But Lane Bryant, that's out. I don't know when the last. The only thing I do Cacique. That's
what I was gonna say.
Their bras are really game changer.
That's it. Listen, their girdle snatches my life, man. Okay, like,
yes, I have all of their Cacique step girdles, underwear, bras, all of it. That's that I do.
That's it. I'm not doing nothing else. First of all, then Lane Bryant is pricey.
Yeah.
So
for I don't.
Yeah.
No Catherine's is for our grandparents.
Yes.
And, I didn't even know people still shopped at Catherine's. Honestly,
it's mail order only. You can only get it in a catalog or online.
Yeah.
I think during the pandemic, I bought a dress. So I've never shopped at Shein. I've heard people talk about Shein.
Whoa.
I
have so much stuff.
Because my proportions are so... They're so mean. I love my proportions, but
it is a little tricky sizing sometimes.
Yeah, good jeans and pants you're not going to, it's a wrap. But your dresses, yes, you can still get from there. If it's a skirt, if it's a skirt, you can still get from there. But what I tell people all the time, read the sizes. Yes. Not the 4X3. No. Read the inches. Know what you are around. Right. If it says it's a 41, it means it. Right. And it will tell you non-stretch, and it means it.
Right.
Okay.
I tend to order things with stretch because my hips are a 56.
You have to. And read the review.
Yeah.
Read the review.
And the thing I love about Shein is that there's a lot of reviews feature photos of the people who are wearing the dress. So it's really helpful. You can like filter it by size. So it's like, if I'm looking for a specific size dress, I can see who's in that dress and I go, does that look like they have my same body shape and how does it fit them? In fact, we have a fundraising event next Friday that Joy, you and I are going to go to. Actually, the day that this episode is going to air, we're going to be at Spirit of Hope for our university. Go HIU.
Okay.
And I picked up a dress from Shein for the event.
That she picked is really pretty.
Yeah, we've both got the one shoulder thing going on. I'm very excited about this.
Yes. Yeah. So she got her dress from Shein. I got mine from Amari Boutique. I got a little more of a longer thing. It kind of gathers on the side because, you know, mermaidy stuff looks good on me because I have hips. So it's kind of a mermaid thing with a little split on the side, one shoulder action. And because I've been ordering from them since the pandemic started, so I know what, like I said earlier, what works. But I would definitely want to try out Shein and order something, just one thing to see how it is, because also I looked at the prices and they're very reasonable for what they have. You're not expecting it to be like, you know, I ordered something from Lane Bryant during the pandemic just because it was on sale. It looked like a really cute. I love yellow. I love bright colors. I embrace color as a big girl. I didn't used to, you know, when I wasn't so confident, I wore a lot of black and brown and dark blues and things like that. So I love color. And I ordered this yellow dress and I haven't worn the yellow dress anywhere because I look like a blob in the dress.
Not a blob.
And I ordered a size down from what I normally would have ordered because I figured it might run a little big. It just looks like a blob, just a big yellow sheet with a tie.
A little waist-down one, or it came with a tie.
It came with a tie, and when I tie it, it comes in, it inches in, but it still looks like up here is just kind of like, and the bottom is like, So it's like, it's in my back.
It'd be like that. I like certain places. Like I like Pretty Little Thing.
I haven't tried them.
Yeah,
Fashion to Figure. I like.
Yeah, I like Fashion to Figure. And you have a lot of Instagram boutiques.
Yeah.
That are good. And for the most part, because a lot of their stuff is wholesale, most of the boutiques have
some of the same things,
similar stuff, same stuff, you know. So I mean, there's more stuff out there for us, but again, a lot of those things go to a 3X. And the way that my hips are set up, sometimes I need extra room because of my hips and my butt. Not so much at the top, but for the bottom.
My bottom is the thing. Like I said earlier, like no shame in my game, but my hips are 56 and a half ish. You know what I'm saying? Like when it came to her wedding, you know, I was going to order online and then I kept going back and forth with the seamstress online. And I was like, you know what? I need to make sure these hips fit my hips and my butt more than anything. So I ended up getting it made here in LA and the dress came out wonderful. Shout out to Auntie Jerry. She did her thing. She's also making my birthday party dress, pants, dress thing, outfit. You'll see it. So I have to send you the picture because I haven't showed you yet, but because you're going to have to help me style it. But I had to get it made because I know my bottom half is, you know, concerning. So to hear you say about your brand and how it fits certain sizes and pulls up and all of that, that's wonderful because people with wider lower half, it's harder to find pants and things like that. Like you said earlier, that are going to go all the way up. My behind is ginormous. Like it's big, like it's a big behind. So a lot of my pants does that scoop in the back where it's lower in the back, but it pulls all the way up in the front, you know what I'm saying? Like, and so it's very hard to find pants a lot of times, especially athletic wear, or leggings or things that are just going to be completely comfortable, that are not going to be tight in one area, but loose in another area. So I'm looking forward to being able to have something that, you know, I think part of why I wear so many dresses is not only because I love dresses, but it's just always hard for me to find pants.
Easier.
It's easier.
It's so much easier. Skirts and dresses, I'm down. Pants are hard. Pants are very hard.
Yeah. Well, and particularly I think in athletic wear, like there's one brand that I tend to find on, sometimes I can find it like on Zulily. It's like a Marika, I don't even know how to pronounce it. And the thing that I appreciated about it is that if you can get their plus sizes, which are kind of hard to find, they don't do the thing where it's like you bend over and you can see all your booty because it's super thin and like all that kind of stuff.
Like
and
TikTok leggings were.
I bought a pair of those TikTok leggings because I thought they're $15. Why not? I will say John enjoyed them. But like, I can't wear those anywhere. Shoot, no way. But like, even the brands that I really like that are nice, decent quality leggings, they still ride down all the time. And it's like, I feel like it's this constant battle of keeping
Pulling
them where
up.
they're supposed to. When I'm walking in the mornings, we walk the dog every mornings, we do, half a mile in the morning. And it's like, it's not a ton, but still by the end of the half mile, I'm like, having to like haul my pants up. And then that's just weird.
I feel like a lot of these brands didn't take a big person and use her, right?
I agree.
What they did was they took their medium and their small and then said, add 6 inches to that.
Add 6 inches and $25 extra.
Yeah. add it to this. And then that's it. But it's not. It's not. It's not that easy. Like,
no.
When you start talking plus size, you start talking, I'm rounder in my midsection. No, I'm rounder majority in my backside. Maybe I have no backside and I have a lot of chest. Like you start talking, it's a lot of different variations of plus size where it's not a one size. Have you noticed there is never plus size that's one size fit all?
No.
You
all
rarely
plus sizes,
see
like
that.
you said, are very different. We all have different shapes.
You rarely see that. You rarely see a one size fit all anything in us because it's not.
Because it's not.
Yeah, because you have the different shapes and stuff like that. It's like, don't get me wrong, on the smaller sizes, you still have different shapes, of course. But because you're already small, it's not a huge difference.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like if you're pear or like a hourglass, that hourglass can still be an hourglass here and here. Like,
yeah,
it's a whole different ball game when you talking. And like if you notice that there can be people who are exactly the same weight and look totally different.
Yeah.
Totally, like the exact number on the scale and look totally different. So
yeah,
we just, as a industry, we have to get better with measuring our community. Like, don't just add extra fabric and be like, that's it. Like, no. Like, have a big girl do a squat with your leggings on. You know what I'm saying? And see what happens. Let's see if her shirt rides up. Like, let's see these things. Like, I don't think they take a look at that stuff.
They don't take that into consideration because if you look at it, a lot of the plus size brands just in general and even more so in athletic wear, you don't see a plus size person that has made an athletic wear. They have plus sizes, they're size inclusive, but they're not always plus size. And so when you're not a plus size person, like you were saying, you don't always know exactly what to, how to fit. It's easier to put something on a smaller person with a different shape. If there's a smaller person with a pear shape, and it's made by a smaller person, it's easier to adjust. It's not easy to adjust when I can't get the pants past my hips. Or
you're right.
It comes halfway up to my hips and I'm constantly doing the big girl wiggle, you know what I'm saying? Like, to keep pulling them up. And I know for work, I wear a lot of athletic wear for work because I walk more than I want to, of course, but I still have my cane. But it's also easier for me to wear my knee brace with some of the thinner type pants because I have to be able to be movable. I teach theater. I'm not a dancer, but I have to one-legged choreography for our Christmas show. So I need to be able to, I mean, I'm so serious. Like, you should see it. Like, they're like, Miss Joy, you can do it. Like, my kids are so encouraging. But I'm not a dancer and they know I'm not a dancer. They're like, okay. But well, my older kids, I let them help choreograph things, but my younger ones, I just give them little easy things to do. Anyway, but I do a lot of moving. So I wear a lot of leggings and athletic wear and things like that to work. And there have been times where my work shirt doesn't, go down, or the pants are like slipping, like I said, in the back, because that back part, if it's not, enough, I don't want to expose my children to crack, you know?
Right.
And so
Not to crack.
Crack kills.
It does.
Yeah.
Or,
It's
you know,
hard. It's hard.
So it's good. It's hard. And I'm glad that you took in consideration, not just because of your size and your style and your shape, but you took into consideration other people's style, shapes, you know, where their issues are. There are people who are big girls that just have a middle issue. They don't have hips. They don't really have butts, but they have the stomach and they have the boobs. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of those things are important and they matter to us. And I appreciate that you took the time to make your brand not only size inclusive, but you made it to where it really will work for the plus size. So that all the different shapes. So that's really great. And I can't wait to try mine on.
Yeah,
right?
the models even on that I even use in our commercials or on our website, they're not the smallest. You know what I mean? You have those brands where if the plus size is large to 4X, the model is the large.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
But the commercial I shot, she's wearing the 3X, 4X.
Awesome.
So, you know, she's wearing a 3X, 4X, and the orange and green, she's wearing the 2X, 3X. I didn't have anybody. Yeah. The one on the skates, she's in 2X, 3X. And then Jordan's she has a 3X, 4X. But yeah, I like it that way. So
right. And the difference with Jordan is not just necessarily weight wise, she's also tall. So you have to, you know, it's not necessarily this way, but it's also this way. So
yeah.
It looks good on her. If you guys haven't seen the commercial, you definitely, her IG and all of that will be in the description of this video. Please check her out. Please go follow. Especially if you know somebody who's plus size, who's trying to get their athletic situation together, their workout situation together, and they want something comfortable to wear. Shout them out, send them over there. You will definitely love what you see. That's right. On street. I love it. I love it. I love it.
So we're going to presume that this is going to be a raging success because we know you and we know that it's going to be amazing. So what comes next? Once you conquer the world with your first release, what sorts of things are in the future for Oxon? I'm going to butcher this and I apologize.
Excentrique.
Excentrique.
Yes.
Yeah. Right now, really it's just keep releasing, right? I have to kind of put everything, like, it doesn't stop. That's my mom, like, it's not gonna stop. So, you know, after the release, then when's the next time you hear? Like, it's, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't stop. And I just kind of want it to be like, you know, you have your time, talent, treasure. I want to get to the point where, like, I hate to say the whole empowering thing because the little conferences that go on make us look really bad. But I'm right now working with a group of girls in our group. You know, it's like maybe 20 girls in our group chat, and they're all business owners. And I don't know, I want to do something with that, whether it's like brunches, whether we're giving back or whatever. Like, I want to do something with our groups or just our community of women business owners. So we shall see. We might be putting glam squads. I've been thinking about putting glam squads together for like less fortunate areas for prom and stuff like that. So we gonna see. As long as God continues to bless me, especially when it comes to this brand, giving back that's easy. So
that's one of the ultimate goals for sure.
Yeah, like absolutely. That's mad easy. So we'll see. Stay tuned, because I think I want I was talking to Tika, like, I think I want a huge, like, 1-year anniversary party. I'm thinking in the future, okay? Because I didn't have a launch party. Because actually I'm going to be in Atlanta on launch day.
Oh, on the 12th. Okay.
Yeah. So, I'm not going to have anything for a launch party. So I think around 1 year, I kind of want to have
sounds good,
something big in my house. Hear me out. We're gonna have me on next year at the same time, and hear me clear.
Yes,
in my house. I'm grateful for the apartment. We thank God for the roof over my head.
Amen.
I gotta go, Lord. So yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, our last few episodes, we've been talking about big faith and taking a leap and believing God. I've been watching a series called Crazy Your Faith Through Transformation Church, and and I'm also actually doing a Crazy Faith devotional every morning, and it takes nothing to imagine. It doesn't take finances. It doesn't take anything. You can imagine, and once you imagine, you can place that into God's hand and say, God, I believe this vision came from you. Can you help me build on it? And even that part, it doesn't cost you anything. But when you get into it, he will provide, though it's a lot going on and you're like, God, I don't know. He'll provide and he'll make a way. So we are believing God. We don't have an issue with you coming back within a year and discussing how successful your brand is and the things that you're launching. And you never know, we might have you come on our conference in a few months and talk about businesses and branding. You never know. I haven't talked to Jessica about this, but hey, it just came to my mind. Right? It just came to my mind right
crazy.
now.
It's crazy how God works, the people that come in your path. My camera guy who puts all the videos together, I met him in Dominican Republic. And on a boat. And we just hit it off. Me, him, Malcolm, chill. He be texting like, hey sis, like I didn't even know what he did at first. And Brad be putting these videos together that's like legit. You know what I mean? So reach out to me, you guys. It's third world over there. So any help, any work that you can get to him, like I like to push a lot his way. So definitely if you need somebody to put your media together, you need a logo or whatever, I got somebody for you. Okay? And
send us his information
grateful.
And we'll post it on this video in the description.
Absolutely. And he's grateful. He's grateful. He'll tell you like, well, because of you, I pay my rent like this month. Like they're grateful for, absolutely. So
you're already giving back.
Listen, if I love the people, okay? If you are great spirited and you are a fun person and like you for me, now, okay, I probably befriend people very quickly, but
you do, but that's a wonderful quality.
Hurt. It doesn't hurt. Like
wonderful quality. It really is. Sometimes you don't get what you need if you don't open your mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like today I was just telling Jessica when we were leaving, my job knows that I need to leave by a certain time because we record every Friday evening to do the show. And one of my parents heard me say it and she's like, what's your YouTube? What's your Instagram? And she's like telling me to text her stuff. I don't usually talk about that stuff with my parents, but she happened to hear me talking to one of my coworkers about it and was like, what y'all talk about? What do you do? And she was like, oh yeah, I need to listen to that. I need to hear that. And you never know. So if you keep your mouth shut, you never know who's out there, who can help you build.
Right.
I think the same thing with Jessica. Our story is crazy. I mean, we've known each other for 21 years. We've worked together in other arenas, but it wasn't until a few years ago when it was like, oh, we can really do something together.
Right.
Like we can really make some things happen because we both opened up our mouths and started talking about what we see and what we feel in our heart for people and our heart for women and the different things like that. So God's been able to bless, and I'm so thrilled to see what he does in your life and what he does in this brand.
I'm
what
excited.
He does in your business. Absolutely. You should be. So guys, it's November 12th.
21 days.
Out. How many more days?
21
more days. 21 more days. And Excentrique will be
21 more cigarettes. I do not smoke cigarettes.
I was like, you do not smoke cigarettes, girl.
Smoke cigarettes.
It is going to be out. And just look out for her announcements. Go to her Instagram. It's also by the same name. And check out what she has so far. And get ready for something amazing that's going to make you feel amazing.
Right. Get those credit cards out, man.
Get them out.
Right.
Hey, Jessica and I are all about not only supporting people, but we definitely have a heart for women and supporting women in their ventures. And when I talked to Jessica about interviewing you this week, she said, you know what? It's great cross promotion. Sometimes you just gotta make things network and do the things with it. And I didn't even think of it that way. I was just like, okay, well, let's just have her on so she can promote. And Jessica was like, hey, it'll be good for cross promotion. She's one of our previous guests. People are familiar with the sound, of who she was. And we talked about the body positivity before. So, hey, and now it was something you spoke about that was just somewhat in the works a year ago. And in 21 days, you're launching. And I'm very proud of you.
Look at God. That is great.
We gotta keep it in the family,
Yes.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Well, you must be exhausted. We know it's like midnight out there. So
it's like midnight in New Jersey.
Right. We're going to wrap things up, but thank you, Sherron, for being here. And like Joi said, we're going to have stuff in show notes and follow those links, follow on socials, get those credit cards ready. November 12th.
Afterpay.
Afterpay. Yeah.
Afterpay is a wonderful thing, guys. If you can't do it all right then and there, pay an installment.
There you go.
There you go.
Well, I thank you guys for having me and letting me be free to be free at midnight.
You're always welcome to be free on this show.
Right?
Absolutely.
Whether it's midnight or otherwise, right?
Yeah, I love you guys.
Absolutely.
And
we love you too.
Bye.
All right, catch us at joyandjess.com and on Instagram at We Digress with Joy_Jess. Let us know if you've got any questions or comments. You can throw those in. If you're on YouTube, you can throw those in the comments below, or you can send us a voice memo at joyandjess.com. We will catch you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. Check us out on the web at joyandjess.com. That's JOIANDJESS.com. We'll see you next week.